So, I was thinking about this the other day, about how we treat the bedroom.
Okay. In what sense?
Well, I feel like we often just treat it as a utility space. Like, it's just a place to crash.
Right, you go in, you sleep, you leave.
Exact. But if you really think about the function of a bedroom, it isn't just a place to sleep.
Not at all.
It is supposed to be this sanctuary, a place for resetting, for
Mm.
thinking, for really unwinding after a long day.
It's the one room where you actually get to power down.
Right. But so many of us completely ruin that unwinding process with one very specific design flaw.
I think I know where you're going with this.
We are talking about lighting.
Yeah.
And specifically today, we are doing a deep dive into neon sign ideas for the bedroom and
Yeah.
how light actually alters the entire mood of a space.
It's a really fascinating topic because neon in the bedroom sounds a bit intense at first.
It totally does.
Yeah.
And that is why we are pulling from this really comprehensive source today called Luminous Sanctuary.
Yeah, that text is great.
It's amazing. It focuses on the intersection of interior design, color psychology, and modern lighting technology.
And it completely changes how you look at the lights in your house.
It really does. So our mission today, for you listening, is to move beyond treating light as just a utility.
It's not just about being able to see in the dark.
Exactly. We want to understand light as a tool for creating what the source calls visual softness.
Visual softness. I love that term.
Me too. And creating that emotional tone.
Yeah.
So let's start with the psychology of the space itself.
Let's do it.
The source makes a really clear distinction between public and private spaces in your home.
Right, like the living room versus the bedroom.
Exactly. Your living room is public. It's guest-oriented.
You design it for other people. You want it to look impressive or welcoming to visitors.
But the bedroom is fiercely private. It is designed entirely for you.
Which means the rules of design totally change.
They have to. And this brings us to what I like to call, and what the internet loves to call, the big light problem.
The dreaded big light.
I mean, we all have it. That harsh overhead light fixture.
Usually right in the center of the ceiling.
Yes. And you walk in at night, you're tired, you flick that switch, and boom.
It's like an interrogation room.
It is. It completely kills the atmosphere. It's aggressive.
It is aggressive. And biologically, that harsh top-down lighting triggers alertness. It tells your nervous system that it is daytime.
Which is the exact opposite of what you want in a sanctuary.
Exactly. And this is where the source material introduces neon's role in the bedroom.
Right, which, as you said earlier, sounds counterintuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Neon makes you think of a dive bar or an open sign at a diner.
Not exactly relaxing.
No. But the text argues that when neon is used correctly, it provides specific atmospheric benefits that you just cannot get from a regular lamp.
It provides warmth, it creates depth, and it literally turns a blank wall into a mood-setting statement.
It washes the room in color rather than just spotlighting a corner.
And that ambient glow is what creates that visual softness we were talking about.
Okay, so let's say you are on board. You want to ditch the big light and get a neon sign.
Step one.
Yes. But step two is figuring out what it should actually say. And the source has a whole section on this, which is basically the art of the phrase.
This is crucial, because if you get this wrong, you ruin the sanctuary vibe.
Totally. The number one rule here is less is more.
You do not want a paragraph on your wall.
No, not every phrase belongs in a bedroom. The text is very clear that the best signs use minimal words.
It makes it feel premium.
Premium and clean.
Yeah.
If you have too many words, it just feels cluttered.
And you want it to have emotional resonance.
Right. You shouldn't just pick random words because they look cool on Pinterest. It needs to have personal meaning.
The source actually gives some really specific, popular examples of ideas and the exact vibes they create.
Let's run through those. The first one is better together.
Which is very popular.
It is. And the vibe it creates is connection.
It's perfect for couples. It reinforces that shared space and intimacy.
Yeah. Then there's just the word dream.
Simplicity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's straightforward, it's calming, it tells your brain exactly what to do.
It sets the intention for the room.
Another one they mention is stay wild.
Now that one is interesting.
It is, right. It brings in personality, it's a bit more energetic, but for the right person, it's a reminder of who they are outside of the daily grind.
It's a very personal affirmation.
Then there is good night.
I love that one. It's all about routine.
Yes. It's like a visual cue to your body that the day is over.
It literally caps off the evening,
And finally, personalized name signs.
which is all about identity, reclaiming the space as yours.
Exactly. But through all of these examples, the source really emphasizes what they call the anti-clutter rule.
Right, because the goal is atmosphere, not clutter.
If you put up a neon sign and then surround it with 20 posters and a bunch of floating shelves,
It's just visual noise.
the neon needs to be the focal point. Let it breathe.
Give the light room to actually glow against the wall.
Okay, so we have our phrase. Now we need to talk about color.
This is where the psychology really kicks in.
It really does, decoding the glow. Because specific neon colors trigger instant emotional changes.
It's not just an aesthetic choice, it is a biological one.
Right. Let's deep dive into the colors the source highlights. Starting with warm white.
Warm white is the classic. It's associated with being calm, elegant, and safe.
It's very sophisticated. It mimics candlelight or a sunset.
It's the safest bet if you want to ensure the room stays relaxing.
Next is soft pink.
This one completely changes the dynamic of a room.
It does. The source analyzes its role in creating a romantic, gentle, and intimate atmosphere.
Pink light is incredibly flattering, but it also has a naturally soothing effect on the nervous system.
It feels nurturing.
Yes, exactly.
Then we have blue,
Now, blue is tricky.
because we always hear about blue light being bad for sleep.
Right, the blue light from your phone or laptop.
But the source notes that a neon blue glow is different. It explores its effect as cool, modern, and relaxed.
If you use a deep, ambient blue, it feels like looking at the ocean or the night sky. It brings the visual temperature of the room way down.
And then there is purple.
The wild card.
The source says purple is chosen for moody, creative, and dramatic vibes.
It's for someone who wants their bedroom to feel like an escape from reality. It's very artistic.
But the ultimate verdict from the Luminous Sanctuary text.
They definitely lean toward the softer tones for bedroom environments.
Yeah. You want the light to wash over you gently? Warm whites, soft pinks.
Keep the intense reds and neon greens out of the sleep sanctuary.
Definitely. Okay, so we've got the phrase, we've got the color. Now, where do we actually put this thing?
Placement is everything.
It is. The text highlights 4 specific strategic positions for a bedroom neon sign. The first one is the most obvious,
Above the bed.
above the bed. It acts as a centerpiece.
It anchors the room, just like a headboard or a piece of artwood.
The second placement is on an accent wall.
So maybe off to the side.
Right. If you have a wall painted a darker color, putting a neon sign there makes it pop beautifully without being the very first thing you see when you open your eyes.
That makes a lot of sense.
The third is in a reading corner.
Oh, I really like that idea.
Me too.
Yeah.
It creates a little zone. If you have an armchair and a small neon sign above it, it designates that area for quiet time.
It separates the sleep zone from the winding down zone.
Exactly. And the fourth placement is brilliant. Opposite a mirror.
To utilize the light reflection.
Yes. You hang it so the mirror catches the glow and bounces it back into the room.
That doubles the ambient light without needing a second sign. It adds so much depth.
It's a great designer trick. But the source also covers what to avoid.
What are the big no-nos?
The biggest warning is against direct eye-level glare.
Right.
You do not want to be sitting in bed, reading a book, and having a bright light shining directly into your retinas.
That completely defeats the purpose of the visual softness.
Exactly. And the other warning is what we touched on earlier, overcrowding the sign within a gallery wall.
The breathing space concept.
Yes, the concept that neon works best when the wall is minimal. The glow itself is the art.
It demands focus. If you crowd it, the light fights with the shadows of the picture frames around it.
Exactly. Now, how does neon fit into different personal styles? Because not everyone has the same taste.
The source breaks this down really well.
It does. It matches neon to specific aesthetics. Example, minimal modern.
For the minimal modern aesthetic, the text recommends a single word in warm white.
Very clean, very understated.
It blends into the architecture rather than screaming for attention.
Then there is the romantic aesthetic.
That would be your soft pink script font.
Flowing lines, very gentle. What about the urban aesthetic?
Or an urban or industrial look, they suggest bold white or cool blue typography, something with a bit more edge.
Maybe a blockier font.
Exactly.
And finally, the Gen Z vibe.
This is where it gets really fun.
It does. The source notes that this aesthetic uses playful quotes or abstract shapes.
It's less about traditional design rules and more about pure self-expression.
But the overriding rule for all of these aesthetics is cohesion.
The light must complement the room, not fight it.
Right. If your room is super traditional, an electric blue urban sign is going to look out of place.
You have to match the energy of the space.
Okay. We need to talk about the technology because there has been a massive technical shift in how these signs are made.
LED versus traditional glass neon.
This is a huge point in the source material. They argue very strongly that LED neon is far superior for domestic use.
And for good reason. Traditional glass neon is beautiful, but it belongs in commercial spaces.
Why is that? The source breaks down the why into three main categories. First is heat,
Traditional neon runs hot. It uses actual gas and high voltage.
which you do not want hanging above your pillows.
No, absolutely not. But LED stays totally cool to the touch,
You could literally press your hand against it after it's been on for hours and it's fine.
which makes it incredibly safe for a home, especially a bedroom.
The second factor is durability.
Glass is fragile.
Extremely. If you bump
Yeah.
a glass neon sign while making the bed, it shatters. And there's toxic gas inside.
LED is usually encased in flexible silicone or acrylic. It's practically indestructible by comparison.
And the third, and probably most important factor for the bedroom, is control.
Dimming.
Dimming. Traditional neon is basically on or off. But LED allows for precise dimming.
Which is absolutely crucial for sleep environments.
The source quotes Isik, the CEO of Sart Neon, regarding this exact philosophy of bedroom lighting.
What does he say?
He says, bedroom lighting should enhance comfort, not create distraction.
That is the perfect summary of this entire deep dive.
It really is. It's about the sensory experience. LED brings that gorgeous ambient glow without the noise.
Because traditional neon buzzes.
That constant hum.
You cannot sleep with that buzzing sound in a quiet room.
And without the heat risk associated with old school signage, it's all the vibe with none of the hassle.
And the source points to heartneon.com as a prime example of where these customizable safe home options can be found.
Right, whether you want those minimal phrases or the personalized name signs, they use that modern LED tech.
It's made the whole concept accessible to regular people, not just businesses.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Luminous Sanctuary, let's briefly recap the main takeaway.
The big picture.
The big picture is that bedroom lighting is fundamentally about emotion.
It's not just utility.
No.
Yeah.
It requires a really careful balance. You need the right phrase, the right color, and the right placement to actually turn a room into a retreat.
It's about creating that visual softness.
Exactly. And for you listening, we want to remind you that you have complete control over the emotional tone of your reset space.
You don't have to live with the big light.
You really don't. You can literally change the way your brain feels when you walk into your room just by changing the light source.
It's a very empowering design choice.
It is. So we want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to mull over.
Something to think about tonight.
Yes. If your bedroom walls could speak, what is the one phrase or even just the one color that would actually help you power down at night rather than just look cool?
That's the real question, finding the light that actually serves your peace of mind.
Let that guide your design. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time.